Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Guernsey. And today we're going to be talking about the Guernsey roads. Yes, you can get round Guernsey in a motorhome, but just not everywhere. So please, take a look at the challenge. They need to send a traffic warden down here.
Just spoil their fun.
Trouble is, we don't have many traffic wardens. Yeah, I think we'll go this way. Oh, you're going to turn, are you? It's not that easy.
It's a tight turn.
Oh, yeah. To say the least.
I don't know what these motor owners whinge about. Doing hairpins, so called.
This is an up and it was a 4-point turn. So as I said, now you've seen the challenge, so please don't take your motorhome down those lanes. But it doesn't mean you can't go and see them. There are bus stops and the buses get a fair way down, but like the motorhomes, they're a bit too big for the tiny ones. So use your bike or Shanks's pony. But it doesn't mean you have to be afraid to drive around Guernsey in a motorhome, because there are plenty of roads where you can get through. So please consider subscribing to the channel. Give us a thumbs up if you like. And now we'll get into what it's like to drive in Guernsey. This is the website from the States, and I'll put the link in the bottom. And it tells you very upfront at the beginning, driving is different in Guernsey. And it's not just the filter and turn, which we have showed you, but we will show you again. But maximum speed limit, 35 miles an hour. And that actually is not everywhere. Majority of town is 25, and then we have these rouettes tranquilles, which are only 15, where pedestrians have priority, as do horses and cyclists as well. Parking, as I've said, is free, as long as you've got one of these. And one of the big things to remember is what they've got here. And finally, many roads in Guernsey are narrow lanes, high hedges, and most particularly granite walls. So please don't go too close to the edge, but you'll have to get pretty close. But you might get a few granite grazes on your vehicle if you do go too close. Lots of people wander around the lanes. Pedestrians are everywhere. Cyclists are everywhere. So please do be careful, and nobody bothers if you go slow. This is an island with so many cars. In actual fact, there are over 85,000. I'm going to get the exact number for you. Sorry, I got it wrong. 88,532 vehicles registered on this island. That does include commercials and it includes motorbikes. But when you consider we've got a population of 63,000 people and the island's 12 mile by 7 mile, that is an awful lot. Obviously, they're not all on the road, but they do think there's around about 65,400 that are currently in use on the roads. Again, not all at the same time. We've got 260 miles of roads, and if you go around the entire island, round the road, which you can get a motorhome down without any difficulty whatsoever, it's about 35 miles for the full trip. So, about an hour to get all the way around. And I do say an hour, 35 mile an hour, remember, but a lot of it is below 35 mile an hour. But don't let that put you off. It's a wonderful place. It's a lovely place to see. And if you just stayed on your campsite, you wouldn't appreciate this wonderful island. So we'll take you around some of the roads, and we'll concentrate, other than a few little scarers, on those that you can get a motorhome down. So take a look, enjoy, don't be afraid to come here, and you will thoroughly enjoy it. One of the most beautiful beaches on the island. Popular with swimmers, paddleboarders. Let's look at the colour of the sea and the sand. And there we have the Rockmount Cobo Bay Hotel and Cobo tea rooms. So a pub, a hotel with a lovely outside seating area, and a tea room, something for everybody. It's unusual to see so many people on a beach in Guernsey, and you only really see it on this one. Just look how clear the water is. So we're looking out again, this time towards Icart. This is yet another part of the coastal path that goes all the way around. And to your left is Saints Bay, Moulin-Ouet, St Martin's Point, and ultimately St Peter Port. And to the right we see yet another memorial here. They seem to give memorials to the dead people some of the best views. It's another military one. This one is quite important though. This one is to Lieutenant Herbert Nicholl, Military Cross, Royal Hampshire Regiment, and he was part of the original commandos set up by Churchill, and he landed here by submarine on July the 8th, 1940. Unfortunately, most of his men were lost. He did get away, but he didn't manage to kill a single German. The idea was to raid, and it was very difficult. They had to get up all these cliffs, and at that stage there were only a few hundred Germans on the island, and the idea was to kill as many as possible. But obviously it was a quiet night, because when they arrived they didn't come across any, so they didn't kill any. Later it wouldn't prove possible to do that sort of thing, as the garrison was hugely reinforced. Just imagine climbing up this in the dead of night. He couldn't even enjoy the view. So, before we go, quick reminder about the rules of motorhomes and caravans in Guernsey. This was on our first in this series, and we'll put a link in the description so that you can go and watch that one, which has far more detail. But you do need your permit, you do need to display your window sticker at all times, and if you've got a caravan, you can't take that around Guernsey. Just one trip to the campsite, the Vaugrat, and one trip back to the ferry. But otherwise, please do explore in your motorhome. There's loads of places to go, and yes, there are places you can't go, but that's life, that's Guernsey. But you can get there by other means, so don't let it put you off. We do hope you come, and we hope you enjoy it, and until the next time, when we'll be showing you the beaches, which is probably the best bit of Guernsey. So in the meantime, subscribe, press the like button, if of course you do, and we'll catch you on the beach.